Good day, Word of Lifers, wherever you are. I prepared for this Sunday service in the early morning. It was helpful in giving me a feel for Jesus' last morning before his crucifixion. John 18:28 tells us, "Then they led Jesus from the house of Caiaphas to the governor's headquarters." It was early morning. They themselves did not enter the governor's headquarters so that they would not be defiled, but could eat the Passover. I don't know whether you are alone. Likely you are self-isolating. But we can imagine how alone Jesus must have felt that morning. The people around him, the Jews, were paying more attention to their preparations for the coming Passover than to him. The intention for the day was to remain undefiled so as to be able to eat the Passover. In fact, Jesus, who they had arrested, had just asked them, "If what I said is wrong, bear witness about the wrong." No witness was given. Jesus was merely an inconvenience they needed to deal with swiftly and cleanly so as to get the Passover ritually clean. Jesus was ignored, and instead they took him to Pilate, the Roman governor. They needed Jesus to be put to death quickly so they could get on with their lives. Unfortunately, only Pilate could give the execution order. Pilate was in a similar position. The manner in which he had to govern was dictated to by the emperor's Pax Romana. This decree insisted that peace had to be kept at all costs anywhere in the empire. It was Pilate's job to keep the peace in Israel. But Pilate had no grasp of this particular disturbance of the peace. He first asked the Jews in verse 29, "What accusation do you bring against this man?" They avoided the question. So Pilate tried a different tack in verse 31. "Take him yourselves and judge him by your own law." Jesus was nothing but an inconvenience to both parties. In recent times, he has proved to be an inconvenience to us in our fast-paced, interconnected, busy world. The priority may not be to get to the Passover, but it has been to get busy, get qualifications, get status, make money while the sun shines. His claims on our lives have for the most part been ignored. Now that it seems the sun may be waning, the time for money making seems to be passing, the priority now seems to be keeping safe from COVID-19. But please note, none of these, not defiling oneself before the Passover, making money, keeping safe, are or were unimportant. But while pursuing them, we miss the eternal importance of Jesus Christ. The Jews and Pilate completely missed the pivotal moment they were in. They missed it because they did not truly understand this Jesus that stood before them. They missed it because they perceived him as merely an obstacle to their purposes for the day. As we scramble to make sense of the events of our time, let's not make the same mistake. Jesus Christ remains relevant, and the priority he gives us in Matthew 6:33 remains seeking first his kingdom. In this moment, most of us have been given expendable time. What should we do with it? The answer for any believer should be seek first the kingdom of God. Use this time to meditate on his word, to pray for all of us in lockdown, but ultimately awaiting the return of our Savior Jesus Christ. Pastor Kenny has already encouraged you to do the CCC, the Colossal Colossians Challenge. Make this opportunity to come to face with Jesus Christ count. Don't waste it.